Hello YouTube, so in this video I'm gonna go over my PS2 games and my PS2, kind of give you a quick overview of them. So far, pretty much all of these games are my top favorites. I'll go over my maybe top 2 or top 3 or whatever favorites in this video, just kind of how the video goes. So anyway, this is the Fat PS2. I've had it since it came out. I did have another PS2 before this, but it was a very original one from the time it came out. I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I now have this one. I bought this one at GameStop about 2 or 3 years ago. My other one broke. I use it very often, so something with the disc tray or I'm not sure what happened to it, but it stopped working. It wouldn't read discs. So anyway, I think it's the 2003 model. I'm not going to go back there and find out the number because there's a bunch of junk back there. But anyway, I have Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories in there right now. These are the games I have. Call of Duty 3 Special Edition, Guitar Hero 2. I don't really like Guitar Hero. I just kind of have it for if a friend wants to play it or whatever. The way I see it is if you want to play guitar, you should probably learn how to play the actual thing. Spider-Man, Need for Speed Underground 2, Most Wanted, Undercover, Pro Street, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Bully, San Andreas, Need for Speed Carbon, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories. My top favorite game of all time is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and probably, I don't really have a second. Probably the second would be all of the Grand Theft Autos put in together, because I don't really have, like I said, a second after that. One thing that's kind of a thing for me is I like to buy the first prints, or the first pressings, or the first editions of the game, whatever, if that makes sense to you. The ones that are in black. Once you get the red ones, which are I don't remember what they call it, the greatest hits. If you get the greatest hits, sometimes they'll take parts of the game out. I know with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 3, they took out a little bit of the content in it. But it's Grand Theft Auto, so there you go. I'm not sure about other games, but I know that for a fact for Grand Theft Auto. So that's why I like to buy the very first edition of the game. These are just temporary, or since it's not, my really favorite games, I probably won't worry about it. But with San Andreas, I have the greatest hits one, so I'm gonna get the black edition when I can. But for right now, what I've been playing lately is Bully, and I've really gotten into that. That's a pretty fun game. I only have a PS2 right now. I used to have a PS3, but I stupidly sold it, so I'll be getting one hopefully in the next 4 months. Bully is a lot of fun. It's like it's the child version of Grand Theft Auto, if that makes any sense. It's not for kids, but it's Grand Theft Auto for a teenager. He's in a high school. He's bullied a lot, obviously. That's the name of the game, and he has to kind of take over the whole school, which is a lot of fun. I'm not even a quarter of the way finished, though, so I'm still getting into it. I like Grand Theft Auto Vice City as my favorite game because it takes place in the 80s, which is my favorite period, I guess. I like the music and everything, and the whole Miami look. And Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories, I got that recently. I have an unboxing video of that on my channel. They aren't really known too well, and they're not really recognized as very good games, but I do enjoy them both almost as much as I do the main ones, which was Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. So, for my controller, I have a green PlayStation 2 controller. I'd never seen one before other than this one that I have. I actually bought a PS1 on eBay, and it came with this one. So it does look to be pretty old. I'm not sure if it was meant for the PS1. I think it's a DualShock 2, so it has to be for the PS2. And then I also have a DualShock 2 Gray, which you can't find these anymore either. And this is the version, obviously, with the analog sticks. They also made them when the PS1 came out without the analog sticks, so it just looked like that. and this one unfortunately doesn't work, but I have another one around here somewhere that's blue. Then I have a Sony 8 gig memory card in here, or I'm sorry, not 8 gigs, 8 megabytes, and a PS1 memory card. It's in third party, obviously. And then the only PS1 game I have at this time is Tomorrow Never Dies, which is probably one of the best PS1 games I've ever played. It's got great graphics for the time period, and it's a lot of fun to play even now. I'm also expecting another game in the mail. It's 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. That's a fun game to play, and I haven't played it in a long time. And it also has an exploit to install McBoot on the PS2, which is almost like jailbreaking it, which allows you to, we'll be honest here, everybody knows what they use it for, to play burned games on your PS2. These are just the games I've bought, and I don't plan on buying anymore. I'm gonna illegally burn and play games on here. If you don't like that, you can unsubscribe and call the FBI on me. But I'll be making a video on that as well. There is an exploit for 007 Agent Under Fire, the second mission. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it, which you can use that to install free McBoot on here. You can burn PS2 games on your computer. Just put them in there and they boot like a normal, and it saves you a lot of money. And it's also getting a little bit harder to find games for the PS2 anymore, because GameStop, a lot of their stores stopped selling them. There's a lot of game stores where I live, but they can be hard to find, and a lot of people overcharge for them. So yeah, but that's about it. If you have any questions about any of the games, please feel free to ask. Probably my favorite, or I know for sure my favorite Need for Speed is Most Wanted. I like the storyline, even though it's a little cliche and like I don't know, it's just a little bit cheesy, if that makes sense. I still enjoy playing it. It's the cars are pretty nice in it, and it's just a good game. So I recommend that. You can find, I think, all the Grand Theft Autos for the PS2 on the PS3 network. So you should probably, if you haven't played any of the older games, you should probably play them. They're a lot of fun, even though the graphics aren't at all or what they are now. They're very funny. The missions are great, and they're a lot of fun. So thanks for watching again, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.